this formula. And I swear by it. And I swear by black elderberry. It's a Native American antiviral, and I've been using it for years. When I travel.
Okay, what time to start?
It's spring break.
It's spring break.
Oh,
Glad you're back.
how are you? Oh, okay, when? When? Oh, okay. And have someone teaching you? Okay. So you can call me if you need anything, and I'll come see you for company. Yeah. Because it's easier to walk around town with your fresh. I'll sit up in front here. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
I need to start, so really, yeah.
Okay.
Well, welcome everybody. My name's Charlotte, and I also want to thank Rayleigh Ackerman, who is doing the YouTube for us today because Cole had to be gone. So let me start. As you are, you're welcome here. Visitor, friend, or longtime member, you're welcome here. With little children or your partner or alone, we joyfully welcome you here. You're welcome here as believer or doubter or joiner or loner. You're welcome here. Feeling a part of us or not, full of energy or not, seeking a vision or a rest. You're welcome to join us as you are. We also welcome the people of the Salish, Nez Perce, Blackfoot, Salish, and Chippewa tribes who share this land. Now we're going to have our chalice lighting. And we say this all together. We gather this hour as people of faith, with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we share together. Now I chose a different kind of prayer, but the topic for today is prayer. So please turn to page 553 in Singing the Living Tradition. And this we can also say together. Earth, cure me. Earth, receive my woe. Rock, strengthen me. Rock, receive my weakness. Rain, wash my sadness away. Rain, receive my doubt. Sun, make sweet my song. Sun, receive the anger from my heart. Thank you. Our opening song is 123. Now's the time for the offering. Thank you for your gifts this day and for all the gifts of action that make this community possible. If you're visiting, please remain our guest. Your presence is our gift to you, your gift to us, excuse me. And Mara and Sam are our helpers. Thank you. Now, if you're looking for this service to be well tied together, you may not find the thread, because Lizard Song doesn't quite fit in with the topic of prayer, but it reminds me of the talk that CJ gave 2 weeks ago on vitality. So I'd like to ask the kids up here if they'd like to join me. And you can, I think you might want to stand this time. Okay. Get comfortable. Oh, we have a dinosaur with us this morning. I think it's a dinosaur. Yes. Okay, this is a story called Lizard Song, and it's about bear, and it's about lizard. Now, Lizard lived in the forest, and his favorite place was this huge rock. And he liked to lay in the sunshine on the rock, as probably many of us like to do. And when he would get up after having a great soak in the sun, he would do this song. Now, I can't sing, so I'll sing it anyway. But his song goes like this. Zoli, 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 rock is my home, rock is my home. So now we have to kind of move with this, so if you can dance a little bit. Zoli, 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 rock is my home, rock is my home. And one day, as Lizard was singing his song and dancing, he looked so happy that when Bear was passing by, Bear said, Lizard, teach me that song. That's a great song. It makes me happy. So let's do it. So Bear learned the song, and together they sang, Zoli, 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 rock is my home, rock is my home. Remember, they used to go, rock is my home, like that. Now, Bear said, thank you, Lizard. That song's made me happy. And I'm going to take it home with me because it'll be my chance to cheer myself up when I'm not feeling great. So Bear goes off, and he gets to his home, which is a den, and he starts singing. Zo, it starts with a Zo, I know it's a Zo. So, Zophie, Zoni, what? He couldn't remember the song. So he lumbers on back, and he goes to Lizard, and he says, Lizard, I forgot the song. Lizard said, okay, I'll teach you again. So let's all do it again. Soli, 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 soli. Rock is my home, rock is my home. Oh, says Bear, thank you so much. Thank you, Lizard, you made my day again. And now I'll remember it, I promise I'll remember it. So Bear goes on home, boom, 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 boom. And he gets to his den and he goes, zo, 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 zo. I know it starts with a zo. So, and he forgot. I mean, I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but I've done that. I thought I learned something and I turn around and I've forgotten it. It's like it happens. It happens to all of us. So Bear went back to Lizard and he said very apologetically, Lizard, I'm sorry, but I forgot the song again. Could you please, please, please help me again? So Lizard said, okay, but let's make it the last time, okay? So they sang, Zoli, 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 rock is my home, rock is my home. So Bear goes, thank you, Lizard, and he takes off, boom, 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 back to his den. You guys can guess what happened?
He forgot it. He forgot the song.
He forgot the song again. He couldn't remember it. And now he's a kind of a blushing bear because he's embarrassed and he goes back again. Boom, boom, boom. Lizard, I forgot the song. Oh, gee. And Lizard said, you know what? I figured this out. I have figured it out. This is your problem. Bear, you're trying to sing my song. And what you really need to do is get your own song to sing, and then you won't forget it if it's your own song. And Bear goes, huh, really? Yes, said the Lizard, I think you can do it. So Bear goes back home, and he walks like this, very low like this. When he gets there, then he sings, Zoli, 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 den is my home, den is my home. And he made the song his own. Do you guys understand? Kind of like sometimes you have to make things your own. So thank you very much for listening. Now we're going to sing them out. This is small group Sunday. You're hearing me, right? And so what I'm going to do is give a very brief little introduction and kind of maybe give you some ideas. And then we're going to break in small groups. Okay, this one's called Help, Thanks, and Wow. Do Unitarian Universalists Pray? During one of our small group discussions, one of our members mentioned that their greater family, when visiting one of our UU services, mentioned that we didn't have any prayers. I found this interesting and it got me thinking. Does a prayer always have to start with Our Father or Dear Lord to be a prayer? What is a prayer anyway? One of my spiritual gurus, Anne Lamott, is in describing how she talks with her higher power, boiled it down to 3 words: help, thanks, and wow. In other words, prayers of entreaty, prayers of gratitude, and prayers full of wonder. She says, prayer is not about saying, I think I'm going to pray now. Or, I see I've made notation, I'm going to pray now at 2:15. Prayer is more about getting outside of your own self and hooking into something greater than that very, very limited part of our experience here. When thinking and learning about prayers, I discovered many more than just these 3. There's centering prayer, meditative prayer, walking meditation, community prayer, inner-directed prayer, other-directed prayer, etc. For example, when I discovered the Dances of Universal Peace, I found a whole new way of praying, one which used my entire body. Dancing, unlike the Lutheran pew prayers that I learned as a child, where I was forced to hold still, allow me to move. My mind may wander sitting in church or dancing peace dances, but the peace dances still leave me feeling much more fulfilled. Each of you, I hope, has discovered for yourself some type of prayer which suits you, be it meditation or walking or dancing or praying in church. Now, prayer can surprise us. At age 30, when I was giving birth to my first child, I uttered my first true heartfelt prayer. It was one of the help variety. But interestingly, it totally blindsided me to find that in dire straits, I turned to the God of my childhood. My friend Ernie Garcia, while being shelled in Vietnam, had a very similar experience. And you've heard that, the expression, there's no atheists in foxholes, but I think that for many people, when times are hard, that's when you pray. Okay, since then I have learned to bring my heart and not just rote memory into the different ways, times, and places where I pray. I have learned also, besides dancing, to love Buddhist metta prayers, as well as my old standbys, which are the Lord's Prayer and the 23rd Psalm. Because in our services we seldom say, "Let us pray," or "Dear Lord," I was surprised to find a great deal about prayer on our UU website. So I've got some quotes here for you, something to think about from each one of these, I think. Prayer is one word for the alignment of our full attention with our desire to connect with that which is larger than us. It can take many forms, from the quiet cultivation of stillness to the deliberate naming of all that we're grateful for. Prayer does not change things. Prayer changes people, and people change things. Prayer is not hearing voices. Prayer is acquiring a voice. That's Reinhold Niebuhr. Prayer is not about leading the universe towards some desired outcome. It is about our willingness to be led to greater consciousness, compassion, and connection. It's Reverend Eric Wilkstrom. I love the word prayer over meditation because the latter is often used to describe an emptying of one's mind. And I'm looking to deliberately fill mine up in understanding what I'm doing as prayer. I'm placing myself in the company of souls throughout millennia who also hoped, cried, were sickened with worry, loved desperately, and felt impossible levels of joy. The Reverend Marisol Caballero. My experience of prayer gives me an intimate place to bring my broken heart, my rage and thirst for justice, my deep gratitude, my joys and celebrations, my fears and anxieties. Our principles of respect, justice, curiosity, and lively community give my Unitarian faith wings. But prayer helps to give my faith deep and abiding roots. The Reverend Sarah Napoleon. In going inward, prayer is an opportunity for mindful noticing of my fears, my dreams, my sense of gratitude. With that deeper noticing of my inner life comes the opportunity to name and share those parts of me, to invite others and the holy into deeper relationship with me. And reaching out through prayer to all that is, God, the universe, the vastness of time and space of which we are a part, I place myself in both a larger context and a larger relationship. I am part of all that is, distinct yet inseparable, held yet free. I invite every atom, every molecule, everything seen and everything unseen to bear witness and support me in my prayer. That's the Reverend Manish Mishra Marzetti. So to those quotes, I say, Amen! And now we are going to have our closing song. And again, you're going to have to find how this fits in, but this is spring. Happy spring, everybody. Page 98. Would you please stand if you're able? This is a very familiar tune. It's a Christmas tune. And the poem you've probably heard many times before. Garrison Keillor does this every spring.
I'll play the whole thing regardless.
I've passed the 70 years and 10, and I still love the poem. So I hope that, we all enjoy April to the utmost. Now, if you look at your insert, we have something I'd like to read together about the small group ministry. All present covenant to honor the safety of the group by listening to others with an open heart. Refrain from cross-talk, judgment, or giving advice. Share as deeply as I can when it's my turn. Not to gossip about what is shared in the group, and tell only my story to others. Thank you. So those are all I take those all very seriously, and I hope you do too. And being human, it's not always easy, but I'm working on it. Okay, we'll have 4 questions this time, but some of them are quick. During each round, one person speaks at a time. The job of listeners is to listen deeply, keeping their hearts open. The speakers share from the heart as deeply as they're willing. For each round, each person takes 1 to 2 minutes to share. A person may choose to pass, not to speak, and that's perfectly fine. We don't all have to talk. Okay, we're going to divide into 6 groups. So we're going to count to 6, and then we'll have, people like here,